So recently I watched a video about the Canadian comedic actor Martin Short and his performances in late night TV chat shows in the USA. He was very funny, very sharp, and one of the characters I seen mentioned that he played that I hadn't seen anything from before was Jiminy Glick. So that's what I'm watching today, the very best of Jiminy Glick. Tell me if you've watched this character before, tell me what you think about it, what's your favourite interview that he's done. Yeah, we see Seinfeld here, let's check out and see how it goes.
Right, overweight, frustrated, unsuccessful, stammering, stuttering, sweating, you know, completely out of your element individual.
Aren't you kind?
I'm sitting here with one of the great stars
Perfect
of Hollywood.
response.
One of the true
Insiders of Hollywood.
wonderful Steve Martin. How are you?
I'm good.
You were born Stephen
Glenn Martin.
You've really done your research.
That was after
Glenn Gould, the wonderful piano player who would make all this, remember, he made all this.
No, it wasn't after him.
It wasn't
It
after
was
him.
after my father.
Your
Glenn.
father, and his name was?
Glenn.
And so therefore, Glenn Gould was just a family friend?
No, we didn't really know Glenn Gould, or we had never actually even heard of Glenn Gould.
Was Seinfeld fun? What was it like?
Shut up for a second. You know, you have a very obnoxious way of talking.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a compliment, moron. You're a moron.
I'm a moron.
Yeah, you are a moron.
This is the famous Larry David Anger.
And are you filled with anger?
Rage, Jimmy.
Rage. What is it based on? Is it because, and please let me phrase this correctly, because you're a Jew?
No, I think you're wrong about
But
that.
the Jews have rage.
What's your big beef with the Nazis?
What's my big beef?
Yes, it seems like you're always
What's
knocking.
my big beef? with the
Everything
Nazis?
you're always knocking the Nazis. Oh, it's time for Mel Brooks to knock the Nazis, it seems.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're rude.
I guess.
It's like a talking egg. It's like a talking egg. It's Humpty Dumpty came to life.
Thank you. First of all, because I'm a big fan of that guy.
Thank you so much for having me on in season 15.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel, boy.
I've never seen a shirt collar actually go up like that. I don't mean to get personal, but there's only 2 buttons of your shirt visible before the shirt goes into the pants. I mean, the distance from the top of your shirt to your belt is 3 inches.
I'll tell you what, it's Pilates.
So many people are born on your birthday. Halle Berry.
Was born on August 14th? Oh, yeah.
As Governor Chris Christie said on his honeymoon night, I couldn't physically do this by myself.
Do you smell burning toast?
What was The Lion King? Everyone talked about it. I never saw it. What was that about?
Let's talk about some of the leading ladies you've had. And when I say had, I mean had.
You devil.
Gina Davis.
Had her.
You made love with Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
She couldn't get enough of it.
Nikki Kidman.
Just unbelievable, man.
You had an affair with
I did them all, yeah.
And I think that's why you are in Comedy Central. Can you imagine if you were in real show business, where you'd be then? Good for you, and 3 cheers for you.
You've been such a great supporter of all of us in show business.
Well, you know-
of course, are not.
Well, I think of myself as a participant of
the business.
And yet it doesn't diminish your great joy
Well, aren't
for
you-
being around, for being kind of a barnacle on the hull of show business. And yet you still, it doesn't sour. There's no bitterness about you. That's what I like.
I loved all the different catchphrases you do, like, I want to say, I pity the fool, but that was Mr. T.
It's an exciting interview. When do we get to a question?
I don't get, are you doing more of your irony humor?
Yes, actually. Sorry.
And do you think that's what's kept you out of the
He's
big,
so
big
quick.
money?
Why was it called Fridays?
Well, because it was just like Saturday Night Live,
But not funny.
but not funny.
Yes.
You take your pack and I'll show you with a donut. You would take it and you would, do you understand what I'm saying? That's how you would make sure that the cigarettes would be in The right.
Keep going. This is good.
The right order when you. I was addicted.
That's
to
actually
cigarettes.
impressive. Oh my god.
I used cigarettes to fill a hole in me, an emotional void. I don't know if that's something you could understand.
What kind of void was this?
It was an activity that I did to make myself feel better, to scratch a deep itch that
I was just
when I was sad.
When you were sad, how did you handle sadness?
Oh my
I
god.
smoked. It was a behavior that I thought I didn't have control over, and
Justin, I don't mean this negatively. You're just next door to Ape, aren't you? I mean, you're a Republican.
I felt vulnerable. And while in the short term it
It's
made me
actually
feel
such a
better,
genius character.
in the long term I realized that whether my mother loved me or not, this wasn't going to be the answer.
Well, this has been fun. I want to say thank you, John Glick. And please, come back and join us.
Jiminy, I'm so sorry. We're going to have to do that again. They should get it. Yeah,
No problem. This has been Jon Stewart. He's on Comedy Central, and he's a hero. I love you. Thank you, John.
thank you so much.
Good to see you.
And full of donut man as well.
Did I what?
Do one of your rants.
Do I rant, Jiminy?
I think you're always right. These things are hard to open. I can't open them. It's a new round.
It's actually a good impression.
People on cell phones, they speak so long, and how come they get to do it?
And what is your wife's name?
Dixie,
How many years have you been married?
23 years of loving. And she knows that I'm someone who just needs it.
So you lie on top of her with this body.
Now, wait a second, Jerry.
There's
why
a
did-
person that will allow you to get on top of them and sweat like I imagine you're doing now
Why do I have to put up with
for
it? This
8
is
to
very-
11 minutes. At
Let's
least
talk
4
about-
times.
Now, wait a second. Let's talk about you, if you're so
All right.
wise. Are you saying that you never went through a period where you sweated too much or you were 300 pounds overweight?
If I sweat, it's from exercise or because the weather is
But
warm.
are these the wonderful little observations that you put in your
A
shoe?
blind man could make these observations.
I can tell that you
Seinfeld's
are
actually
a
giving it
poser.
back quite
And I
good.
don't mean that negatively.
Poser.
Well, I mean, you
a
got
poser.
that Brooklyn thing, right? The one that shoot the swans? I think I'm singing an outtake from Funny Girl. The accent is so thick.
And one night we got together and watched your special. You kept going, why do people? I can't remember anything else, but it was the phrasing was very unique.
I guess if you were Indian, I bet you'd be Sioux. Because you people sue each other. And so it's a full circle.
Okay, if I hear one more anti-Semitic remark from your mouth.
Oh, so now we're pretending that your people don't litigate.
Okay.
I feel like that's the interview. I need to see the full one, man. Seems so funny.
I went to college. What college?
Queens?
I always wonder when does the real Larry David start, and when does this Larry David stop, and when do we get to the stop part? Why does the word list have an S in it? Yeah. There you go. From that you can get $750 million. Fool the people. Fool the people. Oh, jeez. Oh.
The interview seems like absolutely mental.
Oh,
Man.
I'm fat.
What? Why is it?
Get comfortable.
Why is it?
Why isn't it a fair business?
Why is it a fair business?
Well, because it shouldn't be. It doesn't
Why is
need
it?
to
Why-
be.
why does it
It's
have to be?
a whoever wins
But who
business.
Who decides who wins?
And you
who doesn't?
have not won. Now, do you think that urinal dividers take the fun out of urinals? These walls.
You don't like the wall?
Kim Kardashian. What do you think of her? I've met her.
Have you?
Oh, yes, she's not a bright girl.
Right.
She thinks soy milk is Spanish for I am milk. I'm telling you. That's why I appreciate you having me
actually
on
a
the
brilliant
show.
joke.
even though I know you're not a fan.
Oh, I'm not remotely a fan.
No.
You once said, and I want to read this because I hate to misquote people. You once said, hold that there, please. You once said, never for a second did I think of myself as the sexiest guy in the world. That's a wonderful quote. Is that just based on reviews?
I haven't got children. I assume you haven't got children either.
I have 4 wonderful children. Morgan, Mason, Matthew, and Modine.
Really?
4 strapping boys who love their papa.
Right.
And admire
What do they
their
think
papa.
of their papa? What do they think of it?
Well, I mean, we're always throwing a ball around and we're always playing touch something.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to be a dad. Because anyone can just pee their pants. I did it 5 minutes ago and never felt better, never felt freer. But to do a stinky while talking to a big, austere, kind of considerate actor through the years, wouldn't that be a mistake? And wouldn't I feel liberated by wearing an adult diaper? Adult diapers to be free to do a stinky.
Oh, Jiminy.
I had once an infection in my outer colon, and my doctor gave me a few rim shots, and it absolutely helped me. And I think that it can help you too, because
Rim shots?
Yeah, rim shots.
In your outer colon?
Outer colon. He gave me a few rim shots, and it helped him with an infection. It was an infection. That's what it was. That's what it was. Now let's
Give me a minute, will you? Okay. All right, I'm fine now.
Almost crying laughing, man. Just so funny. Like, I don't know, but I need to see that Larry David interview. The way he was like mimicking him was like so perfect, actually. Brilliant. Everything is like funny, the things he's saying, the physical comedy there. That one with Jack Black when he's like standing up on the chair, man. Just like ridiculous. But yeah, I never knew about this character until I watched that previous video, but very, very funny. Like, I love these like interesting interviews, like interviewers or different styles and things. Obviously very, very funny. That first Seinfeld interview seems very good as well, man. Seinfeld giving it back quite a bit, which is good to see. But yeah, excellent character. Tell me more about this. Have you seen, what's your favourite interview that he's ever done? What do you think of the character? And yeah, keep recommending more Canadian comedians. Thanks.